Mouth. She had her final surgery earlier this year, though, and now, after being a visitor here in Colorado for over a year, she's going home.
Right now on Denver 7 News at 8 o'clock on Local 3, police are on the hunt for the person who killed a teen at a Denver skate park. The new video they hope will lead to an arrest.
A possible solution to Denver's housing crisis. We'll explain what an ADU is and how it could benefit both homeowners and renters.
Plus, the anticipation is building as 2 Colorado astronauts prepare for an historic mission to space, which they've had to wait a little while for their SpaceX launch. Thanks for joining us here at 8 o'clock. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Excited to see that liftoff tomorrow. Lisa, meanwhile, here on the ground, nice day ahead.
It's beautiful. Yeah, this week is going to be a lot calmer, too, which is nice. Last week, the winds were a huge issue. In fact, most of April, they've been a problem. Now we're seeing some calmer conditions here for the last week of the month. Beautiful from Westminster. We have blue skies, clear conditions. We'll start to see a little increase in cloud cover from west to east today, so we'll be under a partly sunny sky this afternoon. And as those clouds roll in, our temperatures are still going to warm nicely. Calmer weather this week. We will see speeds at around 10 to about 20 miles per hour. It does get windier, though, on Friday. Warmer here over the next few days, though. Right now, winds have been at around 5 to about 10 miles per hour. A little breezier and warmer on the far eastern plains, so fire danger is going to be a little bit higher there. Denver today, a high of 73, 60s for the foothills, 50s in the mountains. It's pleasant, and we're going to be closer to 80 on Thursday. I'll show you that here on the Super 7 Day coming up.
And we still have some really big delays around town. I want to start with this crash, or this issue up on Highway 36. You can see right now the drive times are pretty ridiculous. 45 minutes coming in from Federal. Take a look from the camera up there right before Wadsworth. You see this truck is broken down. Looks like there's some cones that are set up here, so everybody's getting over to the left. So 2 lanes open, 1 lane closed, and that traffic jam is tremendous. Take a look at the rest of the travel times up that way. Really heavy on I-25. Still looking at a crash that's still blocking a lane on I-76 at Pecos on the westbound side, so that's still all gummed up, as well as I-70. Still a lot of traffic to the south side of town, and we still have this closure of Parker and Quincy for the traffic lights are still out after early morning crash, and so folks are trying to get around the neighborhood and through the shopping center. Not a great way. Chambers or Buckley are better ways to get around it right now.
It should have been a normal, safe weekend visit to the downtown skate park, but a Denver teen did not come home from that trip. Denver 7's Christian Lopez joins us, and Christian, police are releasing new video hoping to catch whoever took this teenager's life.
And there's still no word on a possible suspect or motive, but we do know that that victim was just 16 years old, and that shooting happened by this skate park Saturday evening. This is on 19th Street near Commons Park, which is a very popular area. Police have identified the victim as Juan Herrera Lozano, and in a video that was obtained by investigators, you can see Lozano crossing the street and talking to people inside a vehicle. He later turns from that car, and you can see him falling in the middle of the street. Here's a closer look at that car. It's a dark 4-door sedan. Police say Lozano was shot by someone inside that vehicle, so now they're working to identify that car and who was inside of it. So far, there haven't been any arrests, but you can help police find that suspect by sharing those pictures and videos. We have those on our website. Just go to thedenverchannel.com. Live in Denver this morning, I'm Christian Lopez, Denver 7.
Thank you, Christian. Well, this summer, Colorado could be sending you a check for hundreds of dollars. It's your Tabor refund, which means the state collected more money than it's legally allowed to spend. So individuals will get $400 and couples will get $800. Governor Polis says he's speeding up the checks because he knows people need relief now.
We know that this last year has been difficult. Rising prices, gas at $4 a gallon, groceries costing more. And rather than sit on this money, we know that $400 will help people now.
Republicans are criticizing Democrats for taking credit for the tax refund. They say Democrats have opposed Tabor in the past, and now they're touting the returns as a success for them. With the lack of housing in Denver and the prices going up, more people are considering whether to build an ADU, which is an accessory dwelling unit, otherwise known as a carriage house or granny flat. They're typically a separate housing unit built in a backyard. The Denver Housing Authority is teaming up with several groups to help families build ADUs on their properties.
I think it's difficult for homeowners in neighborhoods to see some homeowners and some renters being priced out. And so it's important to be a part of that solution and to know that you're securing your asset and staying in place in a neighborhood that you love and have helped to make popular.
The Denver Housing Authority has finished 2 ADUs already. They hope to build 10 more. You can learn more about building ADUs and the help available on the website mywdrc.org. So maybe you're thinking about having someone pay rent to live in your backyard. What would that be like? Denver 7's Veronica Acosta spoke with a woman who's doing it and liking it.
So there are a lot of reasons why people are turning to these ADUs in their backyards. Some are converting old garages or maybe storage structures into homes, and then there are others building their ADUs from the ground up. Whatever the reasoning or the method is, the homeowners we spoke with said the backyard homes are very beneficial.
It's a huge plus. I know that they're happy there because it's beautiful and it's a perfect home for a renter, and it helps out me financially. There's definitely a convenience factor there. It's nice to have your renter be close to you so you can walk over and fix something.
So Rachel Poynton, who you just heard from, she bought her home in the West Colfax neighborhood last year. The construction company that built it also built that ADU you're seeing there that's in her backyard now. Not only did she say she enjoys having the company of someone nearby, but the rent money she gets from that ADU, that's a big help. Sarah Senderhoff, who works with the construction company L&D, told us rent for some of these ADUs, they can go anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month. She says while there are perks for that homeowner, there are also some pluses for the ADU renter as well.
I think for the people living inside, it's a brand new space. You know, they're not sharing a wall in an apartment building. They have, maybe some dedicated yard space.
So if you're wondering, the West Colfax neighborhood zoning, it does allow for these ADUs to be built there. Poynton and her next door neighbor, they actually both have their own. L&D Construction has built about 35 of these in the Metro Denver area. They have at least 10 more in the works. In the newsroom, I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Interesting. Thank you, Veronica. Meanwhile, Longmont City Council will discuss building some new affordable housing tonight. The 83 new apartment homes called Chrisman 2 will be available for households making 30 to 60% of the area's median income. The area will be, or the housing development will go right near the intersection of State Highway 66 and Main Street. After some delays, another SpaceX crew will head to the International Space Station tomorrow morning, and 2 of the 4 people on the crew are from Colorado. Jessica Watkins is from Lafayette, and Commander Kjell Lindgren went to the Air Force Academy, CU, and CSU. Jessica will make history as the first Black woman to live and work on the International Space Station. We asked her for any advice she has to kids who want to follow in her footsteps.
For any young girl, young person of color, young people at all, I would just say find something that you really love, something that you are super passionate about, and just pursue that relentlessly. Dream big and don't be afraid to take risks.
She also said find mentors who support your dreams. This is Crew 4 for SpaceX. They're using a new Dragon capsule that they've named Freedom. Liftoff is currently scheduled for 1:52 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning.
RIP Twitter was trending just as soon as the company's board announced it has accepted Elon Musk's $44 billion offer. He says he wants to make the platform better than ever, but the deal is raising concerns for both users and employees. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explains.
This morning, Twitter accepting Elon Musk's $44 billion all-cash offer to buy the company and take it private. The CEO of Tesla and SpaceX and world's richest person on track to be the social media giant's new owner, likely in the next 6 to 9 months, pending the approval of regulators. News of the deal met with shock, concern, and cheers across, well, Twitter. Musk tweeting he wants to make Twitter better than ever, adding that the platform has tremendous potential.
Twitter has become kind of the de facto town square.
50-year-old Musk recently accumulated a 9% stake in the company and will pay $54.20 per share to buy the rest. Twitter stock closing up 5.7% at the end of trading Monday. Twitter founder and ex-CEO Jack Dorsey giving Musk his endorsement, writing, "Elon is the singular solution I trust. I trust his mission to extend the light of consciousness." And overnight, reports of an all-hands meeting at Twitter, staff raising many concerns over their compensation and whether former President Trump will be allowed back on the social networking platform. Trump issued a statement shortly before the deal was announced, saying he won't return to the platform. Musk has been open about his desire for free speech and to make Twitter more transparent. He signaled possibly bringing back banned accounts, kicking bots off the platform, and giving users an edit button, something he addressed at a recent TED conference.
I think you'd only have the edit capability for a short period of time, and probably the thing to do upon the edit would be to zero out all retweets and favorites.
A new study shows you are never too old to get help from your parents. How much of a support system our families provided during the pandemic.
And a promising sign for an endangered species. How these little guys are giving biologists hope.